Good morning, everyone. It is March 27th already? Yep, already. What a fucking week, man. What a week. So, Smollett. Of course, anyone who is any good at forecasting would have seen that coming a long time ago. I knew that he wouldn't get into trouble for it. Even though his actions could have potentially started a civil war or a race war. Potentially. Thing is I don't think a lot of POCs are feeling that shit. I think they understand. I think they understand what would happen if that were to go down. And then, of course, you still have the Democrats going after Trump, even though their guy found no collusion between he and Russia. Which brings me to my next point. If they really wanted to find collusion on Donald Trump, don't you think maybe, just maybe, they would have looked in the direction of Israel? Maybe. Because I see lots of collusion there, and it is open collusion. For example, Donald Trump giving over to Israel something that doesn't even belong to the United States. It belongs to Syria. And of course I'm referring to the Golan Heights. A large chunk of land stolen from Syria and given to Israel. How is that? I mean, I recently started playing the Modern Warfare series again. And I played Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3. I should, I'm going to get a clip of what I'm talking about and maybe do a voiceover, but for now, the description will do. One of the missions in Modern Warfare 2 is you're an American about to do a mass shooting in an airport with a bunch of Russians, right? And you get this heavy machine gun, belt-fed machine gun, and you walk through the airport slaughtering people. False flag. False flags are everywhere. They're Jesse Smollett, false flag. How can we tell the difference between what's real and what's not anymore? How? I mean, how many false flags have happened over the course of the last 10 years? Just personal, not governmental, just SJWs. Lots of them. Lots of them. And then they want to whine when a white guy staples to a telephone pole and tapes up "it's okay to be white" signs, right? As if that's the worst thing that you could possibly be. It's not a child molester. It's not a cold-blooded murderer. It's not a lying sack of shit politician. It's just a white person. Let's blame the white person for everything, right? And then we have that cunt Dianne Feinstein and that other cunt AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I used to think she was kind of good looking, but the more she runs her mouth, the uglier that bitch just gets. You've seen the chicks, right? You've just a badass looking chick, and you start talking to her, and she's a total fucking bitch, and it just makes her ugly. Well, the same logic applies to AOC. Not that she was all that great looking to begin with, but I wouldn't have chewed my arm off had I woke up next to her, as long as she kept her mouth shut. And mainstream media are whining about the Mueller investigation, which we all knew that Trump didn't collude with Russia. We all knew it. Even me, as a person who don't really like Donald Trump, especially for president. I mean, he was okay as a businessman and an author, and, well, I guess that could be arguable since he didn't actually write his books, but, you know, TV celebrity, and it's awfully funny to me how none of these people had a problem with Donald Trump until he ran for president. Now, I saw a theory. I'm going to run it past my very small audience, but I'm going to run it past you anyway. What if Bill Clinton hired Donald Trump to run defense for Hillary? I mean, you notice all eyes have been off of their crimes, and man, there's shitloads of them. There's bodies all over the place from these people. But everyone's eyes have been focused on who I consider a traitor, Donald Trump, over a non-existent collusion. Why would they go with something they knew wasn't true? They knew he wouldn't get prosecuted for. Why? Could it be that that theory concerning Bill Clinton is right? I mean, after all, he did, after his election, after he became president, he did say that he didn't want to hurt the Clintons because they were some great people. He had no interest. But, you know, he ran on the campaign that jail her or some shit like that, right? Why is that? Why is it that he just threw that out the window? Why? These are questions you should be asking yourself. These are questions we should all be asking. But no one is. No one is. Now, this Smollett case, a lot of people think Barack Obama or Michelle Obama called the prosecuting attorney there in Chicago. It's probably true. They probably did. They probably got the Smollett off. Meanwhile, I was facing 25 fucking years for giving a person who presented themselves as a disabled veteran some marijuana. Still paying for that shit. But you know, Jesse Smollett, because he's black and rich, he gets off. I know. But here's the thing. Ever since this social justice shit started coming up, and even a little before, they're letting a lot of black people go on crimes that a white person would go to prison for. I witnessed it myself in when I was going to court. Exact same circumstances. A black guy gets probation, a white guy gets sent to prison for 5 years. But hey, maybe it's just my imagination playing tricks on me. You know, like the Coke cans I described earlier, or the second lady that looked identical to the first lady. Maybe I'm just losing my fucking mind. Then again, maybe everyone else is losing their fucking minds. So, now, when I'm absent, it's not that I don't try to make videos. I do. I just don't like them, and I don't upload them. And one of the things I was going to talk about in one of my last videos, being pinned down and shit hit the fan. Yes, we finally make it to my main topic. Now, this is a hypothetical, okay? Me and a couple of my buddies in some shithole, we were surrounded by 50, 70 gang members. And the house that we were in, we ran into this house because they were coming after us. And there was no way we could fight off that many people with what little we had in that format. We had to gain some sort of advantage over those individuals. Right? So we go into this house and we go down into the basement. There's only one way they could get into this basement, at least safely. I mean, they could have crawled through one of the broken windows, but they would have been shot or stabbed had they done that. And that was so they thought, you know, waiting us out was going to work. And we were there for days. We were in their neighborhood. I mean, these guys, they took turns, right, guarding and making sure no one left the residence. We couldn't call the cops either because, well, we didn't like the cops, and we would have been in just as much trouble as the gang members. So we had to deal with it on our own, right? People died. Not me, not my friends, but people. Because they got impatient. They got impatient and they rushed in. Point being is, when shit hits the fan, don't be that idiot marching down the street, opening fire at your target. You're just going to get yourself shot. You're just going to get yourself killed. And it's just smarter to be patient and to take the shot you know is going to hit. You see it in the movies, right, where people will unload mag after mag, firing at each other. Don't do that. Wait. Wait. The best time to charge a group of people is when they're reloading. And some of them, if they're not military combat veterans, will panic when they see that you're rushing their position. And they will fail in their mission to get you, just like these gang members did. After they lost a couple of people, they figured out that they probably didn't want to take this route and just dispersed, and we got out. And I've had many of these circumstances rise in my long life. If you want to survive, you have to think. You have to take the time to think. You have to understand the consequences of what you're about to do. If you're that dude with the rifle going down the middle of the street, firing off rounds at somebody that's crouched down behind an engine block, and that one person, all it takes is one shot one time of that person standing up, taking aim, and poof, that's it. That's all it will take. Be that person. Don't be the idiot walking down the middle of the road, firing your weapon off, thinking that you're intimidating someone. You may be intimidating somebody, but not the person you have pinned down behind that car. They're waiting. They're waiting for you to fuck up, for you to reload, so they can pop up and put one in you instead of dozens of rounds downwind. Anyway, the Jussie Smollett thing, it just goes to show you there's, yet again, I mean, even Rahm Emanuel, and I never in my wildest dreams would have ever guessed that I would have found myself agreeing with that motherfucker. But I do. It is a serious miscarriage of justice for this motherfucker to get off after the shit he tried to pull, when so many people are in fucking prison for possessing inanimate objects. Till next time, kill the state, live free.